Hi, friends. Papa Dale here, and today we are going to do another great study on Christ versus culture. Who you gonna believe? Your own lion eyes, or this culture that tries to convince you otherwise? So today's lesson is called "Evolution is a Lie," or maybe I should have titled it "Another Lie of Evolution." So this is just one of hundreds of Christ versus culture videos that we're in the process of doing. The important part of this is to go back to the scripture, 1 John 2:15, I think it is. It says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." So that's important. Well, who am I? Am I just somebody that's up here lying to you? No, I'm Papa Dale. I'm a retired pastor, teacher, theologian, evangelist, chaplain. I've done a lot of things in 50 plus years of Christian service. And itchy nose with all this beard and hair. You got an itchy nose sometimes. I've created a video that'll tell you a little bit more detail about me. It's called Intro, Papa Dale Intro Video number 0. And you can find a little bit more about me. And you should know a little bit more about me and about anybody that tries to teach you something about the Bible. Because the scripture says that there are going to be many false teachers in the end times. So you don't want to be listening to any false teachers, no matter who says they're teaching you. No matter who they say they are, you check it out with the scripture. Acts 17:11, I believe it is. The Berean church even checked out the venerable apostle Paul, for crying out loud. So you check me out, you check anybody else out too. So here we go. Evolution is a lie. As atheists attempt to apply Darwinian evolution, and specifically universal common descent, to the origin of humankind, you should know the following. Atheists, evolutionists, speak of how genetically close humans and chimpanzees are. They represent this as a percentage, saying something like, well, we share 98% of our base pairs of DNA. Well, this is an accurate percentage. It masks the fact that the difference is still a huge number. It's all a smokescreen. They use percentage to deny you the truth of the millions and millions of base pair differences between human beings and chimpanzees. There are about 3 billion base pairs of DNA required to make a human being. Do you hear that? 3 billion with a B? 1% of that is about 30 million. And so the difference between a human and a chimpanzee is therefore about 60 to 80 million base pair differences. That's a whopping amount. A much simpler and more believable explanation for this is that an intelligent designer, God, Yahweh, using a similar design like an architect might create buildings using similar construction material and similar plans for different projects. It's not that one project's existence spontaneously gave rise to a similar one. It's just that he had a plan that worked on one species, and so he kind of applied that with some modification to another one. So the form and function that results from the difference in a set of base pairs like this can be changed significantly with just using a very few. It's similar to baking a cake and substituting just one ingredient, salt, instead of sugar. How great would that cake taste? Not very. And in this case, the difference between chimps and human beings isn't just one ingredient, it's It's 60 to 80 million. Humans do share the listed percentage of DNA with each of the following species, but each percentage point in difference represents 30 to 40 million base pairs of difference between human DNA and the listed animal. So, humans share with pigs 98% of our DNA. We share with gorillas 98%, with chimpanzees 98%, with mice and rats 97.5%, with dogs 95%, with cats 90%, dolphins 85%, zebrafish 75%. We share 80% of our DNA with the potato and with a carrot. And this one is just gross. We share 70% of our DNA with slugs. Slimy, gooey, crawling slugs. There's more that we don't know about DNA than we do know. We're not as smart as we think we are as a species. It's just not as simple to have a similar number of base pairs that are also similar. In the best of cases, there are 60 to 80 million differences between a human being and a chimpanzee. A different mix of ingredients delivers a very different result. So, when atheists tell you, oh yeah, it's universal common descent, there was a cell and this cell became a group of cells and it became an amoeba, and then over time, given enough time, anything could happen. Given enough time, you might have a unicorn fly out of your rear end. Given enough time, I mean, do you believe that? Is that a possibility even? I don't think so. And so just because people talk about supposedly an infinite amount of time doesn't mean that something can happen in that infinite amount of time. You can give it an infinite amount of time and you're never going to make a squared circle. Ever. There are certain things that are just not logical. And so those are my last thoughts, my last comments on the idea that evolution is a lie. It is a lie. Universal common descent is a lie. And so if you have comments or questions, you can leave them in the comment section down below. Now, some people have been leaving whole teachings of what they believe on a topic. I'm not interested in your leaving that. I'll just delete that. But if you have a legitimate comment, short comment, or a question or prayer request, leave it down below. I'm happy to engage with you on that basis. Otherwise, if you want to engage me on something more detailed, go to my Facebook page at Dale Warren on Facebook and DM me with a direct message and we can talk there. So, I don't know what the next video is. I never know what the next video is. But it's a good one because it is the victory of Christ over the culture. So until the next video, this is your old pal Papa Dale saying, I'm going to pray for you that you will be well and be blessed.